Hello everyone, so I just wanted to give a brief overview of what the law of attraction is according to Kabbalah. So in 2007, Rabbi Yitzchak Ginsburg gave a series of classes in Los Angeles on this topic of what is the law of attraction. In 2006, there was this book that came out called The Secret, a book, a movie, it was a whole big thing. And since 2006 until today, there's been hundreds and hundreds of books somehow related to the law of attraction. If any type of life coach workshop, personal transformation, manifest wealth, all of that in one way or another relates to the law of attraction. So first of all, we'll explain what the law of attraction is, how it relates to our topic, which is what it means according to Kabbalah and Torah, that there is something called the law of attraction, and how it relates to our times before the coming of Mashiach, that this is ultimately the final war, the final battle before Mashiach comes, relates to this very topic. So first of all, if we want to understand a topic, we first have to know what it means, what the Hebrew word is for that topic. So attraction is meshech. So meshech is not only a word, but is also a nation. It's one of the sons of Yafet. So you have, but before we go there, let's first explain a little bit about the law of attraction. So basically, what they say is that there's this universe, this nameless, faceless universe, where you can submit your request, and you can ask the universe for anything you want. This is one form of the law of attraction. And then you put in your order into the universe, and then it fulfills your order. So, for instance, if you imagine and you request that you have $1 million in your bank account, that one day you'll wake up to have $1 million in your bank account. So you can imagine that this is kind of an initial way of viewing it. For instance, if a person wants a luxury car, and so they should test drive the car, they should show the universe that really they deserve to have a car, this luxury car, and one day they'll have this car, they'll wake up and look outside the window, and there will be this car. So it's called manifesting wealth, manifesting happiness, manifesting fame and fortune. Whatever a person is manifesting, of bringing into being, it's called creating the reality, of asking the universe, putting in the order, and having it be the reality that a person wakes up to. Now, the way that a lot of times it's talked about in these self-help and life discovery classes and coaching is that nothing is inherently wrong. A person can request and ask and manifest whatever they desire, and nothing is inherently wrong. There's no objective reality that says that this is beyond you. This is something that you can't attain, and so then you should persevere and strive to attain it. So again, we're based in Judaism, in the Torah, and we say that there are objective truths. And for instance, if a kid goes into a candy store, we say that, well, maybe it's not the best idea for the kid to eat everything from the candy store, right? So we say that there's some things that are beneficial for a person. There's rules, there's guidelines, and maybe there's something that a person helps a person to achieve their purpose in life, and sometimes maybe it would be detrimental, and that's ultimately up to God to determine, right? We could say, well, I really want to win the lottery, and I really am thinking about it really strongly, but for that actually to happen, we would want to derive wealth and sustenance and blessing from something that actually helps to fulfill our purpose in this world, right? We're not saying, well, I don't really care if it helps me in my life's mission. I would just like the mansion and the yacht and fame and fortune, right? We don't say that. We say that we actually are here for a purpose and a reason, and if it helps to achieve our life goals, then great. Then let's have the mansion, let's have the fame and fortune. But if it's for the sake of fulfilling our goals, so the way that I explained it to someone is that we can have a mansion, for instance, but if we have this laser focus on if it's enabling us to have more guests, if that's what God is giving us in order that we be able to have more guests, or to be popular, to be even a celebrity for the sake of spreading the awareness of God in this world, if that's what our life's purpose is, then and we can't fool ourselves, this really has to be something that's genuine, then it could very well be that we'll get this physical blessing of either whatever it is, a mansion, yacht, fame, fortune, right? But if we're keeping that focus, that laser focus on serving God, and ultimately if it's something that's beneficial in our service of God. So so let's go back to the Hebrew root of attraction. So again, this is I'm going according to the first class that Rabbi Ginsburg gave in 2007, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing and summarizing some of the notes that he presented in that class. So okay, so we discussed that meshech, the Hebrew word meshech means attraction. It also is related to one of the sons of Japhet. So there were the other there were okay, so another son of so Noah, right? He entered into this new world from the flood. He had three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Japheth had 7 sons. One of the sons was Meshech. There was the 6th of the 7th son. And the second son's name was Magog. So Magog, a lot of people are familiar with Magog, because that's the final war before the coming of Mashiach, is the war of Gog and Magog. So it says that in the end of days, you will have this war of Gog and Magog. Gog is the king, and he is the land or the people that he rules over is called Magog. But the story that is told in the prophecy of Ezekiel is that Magog, the second son, is not only the king of his own nation, Magog, but he also is referred to as the leader of his 2 siblings, Meshech and Tuval. So we're not going to go into to Tuval, but Meshech. So we're saying that Gog is a ruler over his brother, Meshech and Tuval, which means that there's something fundamental about this final war of Gog and Magog and how it relates to Meshech, how it relates to attraction. And this is kind of like the secret, the true secret and the revelation from this part of the seminar that Rabbi Ginsburg brings, is that understanding the law of attraction is understanding the final war of Gog and Magog. So originally, for a time, I thought maybe people are not talking about the law of attraction anymore. Maybe people are not interested in the topic anymore. And then I saw more and more. There's hundreds and hundreds of books and just any workshop, any coach session, all somehow derives back to this, is that you can manifest your own destiny, and if you just will it enough, and you just create your own reality. You're basically having the universe serve your needs. And so we say that that's arrogance, right? To have it be self-serving, that's something that's arrogant. And not to say that there aren't blessings, like we said, for wealth and sustenance, but that's done with humility and selflessness. This is done with the height of arrogance, of that everything should serve me. So this is the final war. What's the final war of Gog and Magog? Is the war of arrogance against God. It's pushing the awareness of God away from the world. And that's what the final battle is. That it says, so we have this, we said before that a practitioner of the law of attraction also says that there's no objective truth. Effectively meaning that the only objective truth is my own truth. Right? There's no objective reality or truth other than the one that I create for myself. And so we say that there are things that are meaningful. There's things that are furthering our life's purpose, and things that are beneficial to us, and things that aren't beneficial to us. The other thing that is a limitation of the law of attraction is there's no limit to one's desires that's built into the system. For instance, if a person wants $1 million, but they really only believe that they can get $100,000. So then they say, well, start with the $100,000 and then progress on to the $1 million. There's nothing that says, well, is $1 million really beneficial to your life's purpose? No, it's like, well, if you really believe it, then you can get the $1 million. Well, maybe that $1 million is going to detract from your purpose. Maybe it's going to detract from your role as a teacher or your volunteer work in the soup kitchen, right? So we have to really appreciate where God enters the picture and where the lessons from the Torah enter the picture. Okay, so the other thing that's very pertinent and very exciting, honestly, is that Japheth, the sages say, the Torah sages say, that is also the roots of Western or Greek civilization, and that's the times that we're living in, at least in the Western world, and the fact that the law of attraction is so popular in the Western world, it's no secret, right? Because we know where it's coming from. It's coming from Japheth and his son Meshech, and Gog, who rules over Meshech. So we said again that they're siblings. Gog and Meshech are siblings. Gog is like the war of Gog and Magog, which is like the war of arrogance over holiness, and Meshech means attraction. So it's this final war of attraction or arrogance against God, and this is a war waged by the Western world against God. Now, so what is the final war that's waged at the end of days? According to most commentaries, the war is something like the Crusades, where Western civilization wages war against the Arab world. It actually says 3 times that Gog will enter Jerusalem, and finally he, together with his opponents, will be defeated and destroyed, except for the good people. Both the good Jews and non-Jews will remain. So there's this process, right, where we have this arrogance trying to seep into every aspect, even the holiest place, the holiest city on earth of Jerusalem. And it just pounds at the door, right? It tries and tries to get in until finally that the holiness and goodness will win out over that. So the fact that the law of attraction is just increasing in popularity in these times is no secret. It's no wonder, right? Because this is really the heart of the final battle. Again, arrogance over holiness. Okay. Until this war of Gog and Magog happens, there is an admixture of good and bad people living together in Jerusalem and throughout the world. But in order to rectify this state, where everything is confused, where both good and bad share the same space, we must enter Jerusalem as many as 3 times to destroy the wicked. What must be destroyed? Foreign attraction. So foreign attraction is polluting the air, and woe to those who have sojourned to the place where there is confusion over what it means to have the holy law of attraction, that it's polluted by the foreign pollution caused by foreign attraction, unholy attraction. So we're saying here, we're not just saying that good, we're saying good wins over evil, and holiness over the unholy, and humility and selflessness over the profane, over arrogance. But we're saying something very, very profound, is that in order to combat and to win the final battle of Gog and Magog, we have to promote holy attraction, and that's what we're doing here. We're starting on this. This is the most important battle of today, is to teach what it means to have a holy law of attraction. I don't know how many people are watching this, but this is really fundamental to our times. Okay, why is it so crucial for good people of the world to know about the holy law of attraction? And that's that all the hundreds of books, right? All of the workshops, all of what these practitioners, these celebrities, these leaders, they're all being drawn to, is all the opposite of what we're teaching. And in order for us to carry the message of godliness throughout the world, we have to live by example and show that God wants there to be physical plenty. God wants there to be prosperity, and we should be able to have what we need and to be able to promote the knowledge of God throughout the world. But to do it in a way that's done with humility and fulfilling our life's purpose and helping others to fulfill their purpose. We're coming up next week to Lag BaOmer, the day of the passing of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And there, a common theme of Lag BaOmer is that blessings descend and they take an effect in the world. When there was a drought, what did Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai do? He came to him and he taught Torah. He taught Torah, and through teaching Torah, that the rains descended. And what did he teach? He teach how goodly is it for brothers and sisters to dwell together. That we have to know that while arrogance pushes away people and separates us and just makes us individually pursuing our own best interest, that true blessing comes to the world when we come closer together, and that's through humility of all working together with one common goal, to bring Mashiach, to spread their awareness of godliness in this world. Thank you.